Good morning, Turtle Club. How's it going? It is Friday, and that means it's time for some more Fortnite. We're doing some Fortnite Friday, and that is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. At the end of the week, the beginning of our streaming weekend. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we are still on the Fresh Founders account. Now, we did say that we were going to be doing some quests off camera to kind of get some things going, and we did that. We did a storm shield defense, which gave us go back here so you guys can see where we were there. So we did a storm shield defense, a mandatory minimalism, which is basically getting some garbage cans, do some minor encampments. We kind of knocked those out, and what those get access to, for the most part, it's not too many great things. We got a mini llama for one of them. We got some experience. We got a common sniper defender and a common deathwing. Now, one thing I do want to point out is this common deathwing is not a schematic. It's actually just a weapon. And you'll have that occasionally happen here for some of these weapons. Is not going to be a schematic. It's not going to be something that you're like, ooh, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. But there's going to be reasons that they give you some of these weapons. Now, Deathwing's not a bad weapon. I mean, it's got a decent magazine size. It's got an okay fire rate. It's a semi-auto. But if you're really wanting to use sniper weapons, you want a sniper weapon that's going to be able to be very accurate and do a lot of upfront damage. And you'll see that these DPSs are very similar, right? Here's 485, 489, and here is 427, 422. And so it's like, oh my gosh, clearly the 22s is lesser than, until you start looking at the actual single shot damage. And you'll see here that the single shot damage on this one is 534. Since we're wanting a sniper weapon to be like one shot, drop the guy, that's going to be a better option for us. And headshot damage, insane jump there to 1336. Whereas the Deathwing, it's okay, right? I mean, we're looking at 242 headshot damage, which is still nowhere near the regular damage of this. So, and now there's a big disparity between damages, though, right? This is a rare. That's an uncommon. Or actually, this is an epic. That's an uncommon. Sorry, the color coding thing still throws me for a loop some days. This is level 9, this is level 22. So there's a lot of things that can be changed out there. This is heavy ammo, this is medium ammo. So we're going to keep that. This breacher, though, we already have a blue version of it, and we can craft the blue version of it, so we're going to keep that. Let's just go confirm that, recycle that. We also want to recycle most of these melee weapons that we won't be ever using, ever. Because melee is just not the way we roll. Alright, so where are we at in the grand scheme of things? Well, we got some quests done, as I mentioned. Storm Shield Defense got us an extra support slot. Mandatory Minimalism got us some bonus stuff. We got these 3 for Stonewood. Then we got this whole page done for Willow. And for Misfit Toys, we got this whole entire page all the way up. So we're kind of still doing this thing where we're trying to double up and do some things. Our daily quest today is the soldier one. Do 3 missions as soldier. Want to point out, because it came in here, that this is a 60 V-Buck mission. And all it requires you to do is complete 3 missions. It doesn't even say successfully. It just says to complete them. So we're going to absolutely queue up our soldier build. We're going to go in and rock them out today. Weekly challenges, I was not aware of this fact, but if they're early enough into the game, apparently they will queue up and stay queued up, so we can just grind out some alerts in a 5 zone and make like 500 gold and 1,000 snow tickets. So I'm all for that too. So that's actually not too bad. Our story quest we have, and we're just going to pin this one, is we got to destroy some chairs to get some stuff, and on our Misfit Toys we got to eliminate some Zapper husks and gather dense violentium, whatever that is. It's a trial by combat law type thing, apparently. So we're going to find some sort of quest where we can go around killing husks and be able to loot them because we need Zephyr husks. And our main quest, which we'll try to do as well, is the build off 2 reinforcement. We did do the Storm Shield defense and the build off 1 last week, which gave us the ability to tier up, as in drop a wooden wall and then make it a tier 2 wooden wall, which increases its hit points and stuff like that. This will give us Controller Harper. You can tell it's actually not a single shot item because it's a hero. Heroes, defenders, survivors not anywhere near single shots, so unlike the gun we just got, this is absolutely a character we can keep with. So the soldier build that we're going to go with, and we just kind of threw this together with what we have, and we have Commando Spitfire. He decreases the going commando cooldown by 30%. If we were to have 2-star heroes, we already have Happy Holidays, so we're going to throw that in there just because that would actually decrease the going commando cooldown by 70%, which would make the going commando ridiculously small. Snowing commando means that we fire snowballs, which are kind of cool. First cup of the day, we get some extra crit rating and crit damage. Survivalist, we heal when we kill things. So this is basically our little, Lobby tune build. The one thing I want to point out is on all of these team perks, which we unlocked in story mode, they require a minimum of certain things. Like Keep Out is one that we got from or Shake It Off. Here we go. Shake It Off and Keep Out, both the same things. Requires soldiers. This is the base soldier perk. It requires the commander to be 2 stars. We don't get that till Plankerton. All of these are requiring things that we don't have. We could do Long Arm of the Law, maybe. I don't know if it requires it to be 3 stars. I'll go check in just a second. But we're going to keep Happy Holidays because that's what we want here. So let's just check this here. Long Arm of the Law. Okay, Long Arm of the Law actually will work. So some of the hero perks that you get just for being a new account work right out of the box. Some you have to fight to get the right to earn. And there's one per team type. So we have Long Arm of the Law, we have Keep Out, we have Recycling, and we have Dim Mock. So I'm guessing only Keep Out, which is kind of rude. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at, guys, for today. We're going to be doing these quests to see what we can get as far as the rest of the stuff. Our main focus, because these quests do go away at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the 24th, which is Sunday, we're going to be hitting these quests just to try to get these other characters real quick. And again, what we'll be getting is Willow and Jillian, or Jilly, and we really would like to get Crackshot as well. Crackshot's quest, let's go ahead and see if we can pull his up real quick. Holly Jolly Ransom. It takes quite a bit too. So we may or may not be able to get his. Hey, Sally, good morning. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. We're about to go in and try to save the world in some ways. The last thing that we want to be grinding on, though, as far as what we're doing, and this is what I mean by when I tell people, if you plan this game out right, you can absolutely knock out a lot in a very little amount of time. So we need a 9+ zone, and we need a 5+ zone for these mission alerts to get all this stuff. So we're going to do that. We're going to go looking for a 9+. So here's a 15 that we've not done yet for towers, and that gives us some Drops of Rain and Snowflake tickets. But we really do need to be doing the go around and kill stuff. So, I think we're still going to go into the build the radar grid right now, just because. Actually, let me double check, because we need zappers. I think we can get enough zappers maybe for this quest. But the Drops of Rain become super important, and the Snowflake tickets become super important too, Turtle Club. So we're going to load that up and see what happens. We are on public. That helps out a lot, especially for these build the radar tower missions. And you can see where we have all these like pinging spots. It's because there's a quest in that location that we can complete. While we wait for the zone to load up, guys, just want to remind you, this is an Epic game, and we do have a supported creator code. So technically there is paid endorsement on this. One of the things is I can't tell you what I get paid. It's kind of weird for the supported creator thing. But just want to point out that if you are using the Epic Store for any Epic game and it asks you for a creator code, if you want to throw something our way as like, hey, Mag sent me, just put in Mag Synchro, all capital letters, and we will know that somebody did something to support the channel there. I really appreciate that, guys, if you do that. If not, no worries. I know there's a lot of people that enjoy the Epic Store. Some people enjoy Steam. Some people enjoy Good Old Games. Some people enjoy Origin. You know, it just depends upon what your flavor of shop is. I use them all. But you guys know that it's primarily because I'm like a bargain hunting kind of person when it comes to getting games. Epic will never ask for your password. I like these little tips sometimes. Sometimes these tips are okay. Sometimes they leave a lot to be desired. Excellent. So there is 5 towers. These are always going to be the way they spawn up. We have these 5 towers. Bargain hunting kind of person for everything you buy. Yeah, it helps a lot when you don't really have... I don't want to say when you don't have a budget. When you have a budget and you have to adhere to that budget, being the bargain hunting type very much is a lifesaver in this kind of situations. There are certain things that we wouldn't have on the channel had it not been for that. And one of those, interestingly enough, is the ARC sponsorship we have. The reason why I found that company is because it was bargain hunting that led me to their company to start with. And I discovered when we finally did sign up with ARC servers, we're going to have to edit that. Can I upgrade these? Well, Soldier said no, but I don't know. Oh. Alright. That was bad. Alright, that's not too bad though. But yeah, when I actually signed us up, me and Digret, when we were starting to look into playing ARC together and get a server going, you know, I was thrifty, and we found this little company that, and I mean, I did some digging, because everywhere else was renting their servers out for like 15 more dollars per month than what we found with ARC servers, minimum. And ARC servers, you know, they are a great price. It's $16 for their basic intro server, and the next best place one was doing like $30, and when you're talking about like a one-time thing, there's not too much of a difference between $15 and $30. There is. Don't get me wrong, right? Like that is twice the cost. So it's not like I'm not sure what the price of soda is, but there's some zappers. Awesome. But there's not much difference when it's just a single time.
Why did you take my case?
My back hurts, man. You can't fix that if you're dead.
Oh.
So let's just use the soldier. Keep harvesting these. But yeah, so it was really fortuitous that we found out that. And, you know, people don't want to put in the time sometimes for bargain hunting. But let me tell you, if you do, you'd be surprised at what you can half the time. Ooh, there's that chest we were tracking over here. And bam. Yeah, yeah, and that's exactly where we're at too. And it's one of those things that you got to know exactly where to go also for certain things. Like one of the most interesting stuff is there is a large chain store that we're not endorsing, right? We're not going to name them by name, but they are a large chain store, and one of the things that they're very well known for now is the price of Switch games when they sell them is about $10 per game cheaper than everybody else. And you know, certain stores I rather would not go into, but if you're going to save me a considerable amount of money, I really have to start thinking about my ethics, my morals. What is my actual price point, you know? And I've discovered at this particular store, they're not that horrible. There's some things that I don't really quite care for with how they treat their employees, and I have seen firsthand how they treat their employees. So it's not one of those I heard or I read. It's, yes, this is how they treat their employees. But turns out that if you're going to give me a considerable discount on certain things, I spoke with the people that I know who were impacted by this company, and I pointed out to them, hey, I don't shop here because of what they did when you were employed there. And they're like, no, I get it. If you're saving that much money on something that you're going to be spending money on a lot, then by all means. I'm like, all right, cool. And, you know, that's another thing that thriftiness can kind of lead to, is having to have those kind of talks with people. Finding out certain things, right? Because I gotta say this, there's been some times that I've thought, oh man, that's a really good price on something, and come to find out the reason why it's a really good price on something is because it's not exactly it didn't fall off the back of the truck as so much as the truck got rerouted somewhere. You know, there's some questionable stuff out there, and you always want to do a little bit of research. I heard breathing. I was hoping it was a smasher, but turns out it wasn't. Alright, what else do we got here? I was hoping that wasn't going to break shells, but oh well. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually... Oh, we have somebody who's joining in. Why Chronos? Interesting. But yeah, it'll spawn some questions for you. Now, one of the interesting ones that Digrat and I have gotten to experience a number of times is in where we used to live, Oklahoma, and in Georgia. And I'm guessing all over the U.S., right? I haven't lived everywhere, I haven't visited everywhere, so I can only claim to be knowledgeable about where I'm knowledgeable about. But we have thrift stores, and those are shops that are, for the most part, second-hand. They're not exactly what most people would call consignment. It's where someone actually comes and either donates an item, or in some cases they exchange an item in for credit toward other items. It's kind of weird in some places, but there's been some thrift shops that we've come into and we've thought, man, this is some good stuff. These are some interesting things, and we have to ask ourselves, you know, what's the end product for this place? What are they gathering for? What is their business plan? You know, most thrift stores are heavily dealt with by donations, and it's something that until I started shopping in a thrift kind of environment that I couldn't have told you that they do that. What shot me? What shot me? There's a zapper. Gotta kill the zapper.
Is your back the only reason you're helping me?
My friend Jilly could use your help. If we can keep her from killing.
I can't help her.
Then you are on your own.
Wait. I'll try.
Alright, there we go. But yeah, we had Salvation Army thrift store. Yeah. There's Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, as far as when you look at a thrift shop like that, what are they doing to get the donations? What are they doing with the money once they have donations? And there are a lot of charities out there that are really well run and that do things that are great for their community. And at the end of the day, there's things that make you kind of question things. I'm not going to name the name of the charity because people have, most charities even have regional things that are different with them because they have different people in charge. But this is one that my company did sponsor for a very long time by having people come in. And we're done with towers. We're good with that then. And so now we just got to hunt down zappers. And so we had a lot of discussion that would happen with some companies, and because they'd come in, they'd tell us about their mission statement and what they were doing and what they were there to gather. And what struck me as really weird once is we had an individual show up, and they we'll use gender neutral for pronouns because we don't know, but they were, I don't have to kill these people with a certain weapon, I just have to lay them out. So let's do that. Alright. So what we discovered after talking to this person is they were a single individual, and they happened to be working for the charity in question, and they had no other source of income. They worked for the charity as someone who basically went off and talked about the charity to other places and other companies and discussed what their charity was all about. And I'm sure on one level that it was a really good cause. Okay, I cannot stress that enough, that most charities that you see, not all, but most, are really, really good causes. And those good causes, unfortunately, aren't getting the assistance they need. And things that cause that is, like in this particular case, this person had been working for this charity organization, and it was their only source of income, and they've been working in, according to the documentation they gave us, they had been, their primary role was what they were doing for that job, for that charity, going on 20 years. So I just want to say this is not like this person got the job yesterday, this job, was brand new to them. But no, they were publicly going to businesses and doing events at businesses to help raise awareness for the charity. So scene set. The next thing is that they were very well attired. Now, granted, attirement is not one of those things that is directly connected to wealth. But this person looked as if they had a very well-stocked closet. And then they drove off with a car that cost 5 times my annual salary. And I thought, So I did some digging into the charity. And again, I don't want to take away from the cause, so I'm not going to name the charity. All right, this is mainly so people can do their own research and draw their own conclusions. But this particular charity had a habit of, I don't even say habit, they had a history, a record. It was very well known that the charity did donate a considerable large amount of money to the cause. But when you start looking at percentages, only about 25% of the funds they raised actually went to the charity. So, imagine, and this is not what this charity was for, I'm just using it because everybody loves puppies, right? Imagine there is a puppy charity out there. This is a charity that's strictly for feeding puppies, taking puppies out of a situation where they're in like puppy mills, or where they've been purchased on Christmas, and then unfortunately the kid is allergic or what have you, and so they're in a shelter type environment. So something like that, right? And imagine that this company, this charity that was helping these puppies, that was completely sponsoring these puppies and saving these puppies and helping paying for rescues and shelters and all that, were raising, say, $20 million, a year. $20 million a year And then of that 20 million, they were only putting 5 million towards saving the puppies. Yeah, there's those everywhere, Sally. There is, but it was kind of concerning, you know, to think about a company that was like, all right, cool, we're gonna help these puppies, but we're gonna help ourselves first. And it struck me as kind of weird and odd that here we had this company that was raising. I don't even remember what the actual dollar amount was. I just remember that the amount. Hey, a quest item for me got found. Sweet. Where did you get found at? Where are there buildings? There are no buildings. Oh, there is a building there. Oh, that's supposed to be upgrading structures too. I need to do that. But I just found it weird that, you know, of all the amazing stuff that they were doing for this charity, they weren't doing as much as they could. They weren't doing as much as they could, and that just. And I couldn't, for the charity in question, for it being something that was actually close to me personally, for family reasons, the fact that at the end of the day they were not really, the charity wasn't exactly what their focus was, kinda really disappointed me. I'm not gonna lie, it was not something I was expecting, and I was really young at the time. But afterwards, I learned that, you know, I have to do all my research for charities. I have to figure out where my money's going. If you don't do things like that, then you're just asking for trouble, basically. Okay, there is a treasure chest. All right, and it's up there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's a safe. But, you know, it wasn't one of those things that I was expecting when I went to a company meeting to be like going, yes, I'm going to donate to charity, and then at the end of the day, it was like, well, I think I'm done donating to charity through this method. And there are lots of causes out there, guys, that deserve everything that's done for them. Can I upgrade all these? Oh, I can. Awesome. That's going to actually be very helpful here, since we're in this build the radar turret mission. Did I already get those? I guess I already got those. But yeah, it was very unfortunate. It was very I wouldn't say problematic, but disappointing. But now for those kind of things, you know, Digrat and I, when we donate to charity, we talk about the charity in question. We talk about why we want to donate to it, and we do research. So much research. It's okay. So the buildings I'm looking for are all to the south. I need to start heading south. Sure would be nice. Well, my internal compass went off kilter. So instead of going south, we're going to the east. And keep upgrading for this quest. But yeah, if you're donating it, do the research for the charities, because it's very much more likely that once you know exactly what they're doing, oh, we're already there. We already got the build off requirements. That was much faster than I expected it would be. Someone did not make it out alive in this mission. That's interesting. Alright, no tables. We still need to find tables. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's a building. It may be dilapidated, but it may have some very important tables inside it. Or, and hear me out, it's very highly possible that there's no tables at all, but there is a tiered chest. We'll absolutely do that. Oh, there's a zapper here too, so we can kill the zapper. I need to jump up and get out of there. Alright, there we go. Oh, and I even had a cache. Nice. Awesome.
Again, I am only a lawyer because that's what it says on my box. I don't know.
Doesn't know if he won as a lawyer because it's just what it says in the box. I love the quests in this game. They are just off the wall sometimes. Alright, let's see. But yeah, absolutely do the research on stuff like that and find out what you can do to directly affect the cause as well. That is so much more important than people realize. Some places, you know, there's a lot to be said for throwing money at them, but even if they have enough money, they may not have enough people doing work. Hey, I actually got the build credit for that one. Nice. Bum, 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 bum. I stream Ark at 7 a.m. my time, Sally, on Sundays. And we normally try to stream from 7 to 9. We had a weird issue with our scheduling system to where it decided to reboot the server at 8. And so we had to cut the stream super short. It had to do updates and all that kind of jazz. And we had forgotten about the daylight offset. So... Level 3 walls. Interesting.
Sorry, my hands are tied.
Okay. Hey, on an unrelated note, if everyone in home base comes looking for me, saying things like how they want to break my thumbs and brutalize my kneecaps, or that Dennis's off-zone betting is a scam, just tell them that I'm very scared.
Dennis, do not start a casino. This is how we get rules. You want rules?
Oh my goodness.
Everyone kind of agrees that I do best in a structured environment. It's like boundaries make me feel safe or something.
Fine.
Oh my gosh. So, Dennis is
All right,
taking
Dennis.
bets.
I came in like gangbusters and laid down the law. I said, listen up, frauds and wiseacres. Any action in this town, it comes through me and me alone. And if you don't like it, you can take a big sleep in a small bed. And then I fired a Tommy gun into the air for effect.
Huh.
And then I spent a long, long time apologizing. Turns out that is very upsetting in real life. Anyway, you can come out of hiding. Dennis?
Well, now.
You're not showing up on our sensors.
Don't know. Huge monster. Poor choices and I accept responsibility.
He was not kidding about needing a structured environment.
Wow.
We're coming for
Okay.
you. Search for radios and flag any that pick up Dennis's SOS call.
The research lab has been improved. Oh, speaking of research lab, we forgot to go in and do our research.
You know, you make a good action lawyer.
No, I don't. No one does.
Should I let the idea go?
Let it go.
So we already have a controller harbor, but pointing out the game does actually just give you one,
And you set my mic for free?
which is pretty good for the quests.
Stolen all of Cuddly Bear demos. Guess we'll see. No, I mean, I did do that.
That's funny.
Stand down.
My goodness. Okay. Kiddly beard bullets are amazing. That's all I got to say on that matter. We're going to be going into this build the radar grid. Quest-wise, we need to collect distress transmissions in city, suburban, or industrial zone. We're going to be in a suburban, so it'll go there. We still just need to do a mission as a soldier, so we can complete that really easily. Sit-in and Tea and Sympathy both are table and chair-based quests, and we'll get so much more out of these quests. And we'll get Jilly Teacup from this, so we'll be able to improve our Outlander build immensely once we get this mission finished. Last but not least, of course, quest log. If we go down to hero quests, we needed an assault rifle as a soldier. I need to switch my weapon over then. And we need to complete a mission as a constructor to get some stuff. And 3 missions as a ninja. So we'll do the soldier 2 more times. Get some double dipping going on here. Maybe we have enough time while it's trying to think about loading up to double check that we have an assault weapon in our inventory. Nope, we didn't. But we can see if we have enough to we have a couple. So we have the Predator and the Breacher, both assault tagged. So we'll absolutely be switching over to those. And we already have the Predator on our bar, so he's even better. Here we go. What about you enjoy playing, watching us play Ark, Sally? I enjoy playing it. We're still kind of like slowly working toward getting the above water dinos tamed. That's kind of the main goal at the moment. And then there's a whole lot more underwater in Ark. Underwater I'm not so good at. I think it's the full 3D space that just makes me, I don't want to say like agoraphobic, you know, but like the whole openness of it just makes me cringe. So yeah, we'll find out though once we get to that point whether or not we'll be able to actually amass and get certain things accomplished for that. Alright, so starting right off, we got another exclamation point. Excellent. Okay, I'm very curious what the exclamation point here was. I am looking for, I guess, a survivor? Alright. So over here we still have a quest item, so let's get our quest item. We're still looking for the quest item here. Where is it? And just do this. There we go. Here's the table we needed for distress signal. Excellent. Huh. Here's the tables we're needing. There's our table seating. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, you too, Sally. No worries. No worries.
But why don't I
what's this? There's our tea party.
Oh, I guess that means I get one of the standing spots, right? That's cool. Sitting's the new overeating.
Oh, you've heard that too, have you?
Okay.
Like it was talking. Or maybe chewing.
Oh, did it? Stay where you are. I don't think he heard me.
Here's another table assignment. Awesome.
Alright, Billy, get ready for a surprise.
We're making some pretty good progress here.
Your very own tea party.
Got a lot of things to get over here too, it looks like.
That you can never turn down again.
Awesome. Tea piece there.
It's true that she believes that. There was a bug where she wasn't engaging in tea time consistently enough, so she has some convenient superstitions.
You gotta change that right now, Ted.
I see that.
Yeah, Ted's got some problems with this programming, it looks like.
Little cards on everyone's plates. Are those icebreaker questions?
Did you ever wet the bed?
So awkward.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. I can never think of what to talk about at fancy parties. Why don't more people do this?
Why, indeed.
What is your first memory of death? Oh, wow, that's a good one.
I love how in this particular quest, guys, Turtle Club, that the Dennis is basically the
Doesn't seem like he's particularly famous.
possibly the best tea party guest ever.
Great idea. Is that the hosts arguing in the kitchen? Oh, yes. It seems the day's squabbles have spilled over into party time. Certainly hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable, Dennis.
Alright, so this guy that's trying to force us into a box, it's starting to get a little bit annoying. But that's okay. We got some plans for that. Let's see here. Go up this way.
Whoa, where'd you get the recipe for my mom's special sandwiches? Oh, we're even making them ourselves like when I was little. Awesome.
Yes, well, I thought you'd
Right.
appreciate a treat.
And next mission. Bam.
This has been attending public speaking classes and wants to practice on y'all with a toast.
Let's see here. Battery cycle.
Your glasses, everyone. I want to start with an excerpt from my favorite poem. You wouldn't. Let me just pull it up on my phone.
We're going to
Where'd that go?
this and then craft options for those.
You're doing
There we go.
so far. So, like, wasn't the plan to have a terrible Christmas this year? Because I've had a really nice time.
Oh, it was. But apparently I can't come up with
All right.
anything worse than the actual life you've had, which I thought was impossible. Every single phase of my plan has gone wrong thanks to you.
Poor Dennis.
Would you say everything has been ruined?
Yes, it has. But does that mean
Merry terrible Christmas, Jilly.
Still destroying Christmas. Still destroying Christmas. Alright. Is that? Nope, that's not the guy that's there. Okay.
Nope. But I hear you make
Is
a
somebody
really good
harassing
tea.
you?
I'd love to try it.
this here's a setup? I know it. What's your aim?
Okay. We got just a couple more question marks on the mission. In a little bit, we're going to have to absolutely start hitting up the actual towers themselves. Oh, we got 1, 2 possible ones. Alright.
Either I'm crazy or the world is crazy.
Okay, we're zeroing in on his location. Keep searching.
I really have to say, though, also, Turtle Club, that I think it's really amazing how
Why do you want to have tea with me?
they've managed to increase the number of storyline quests for the earlier content. Kind of wish they would have focused on the later content, but I get why they did the earlier stuff.
I know about the Morpho Gear gang, Ted. You're good enough. You just don't care.
Just doesn't care. That's unfortunate. need to get... I keep forgetting I need to do eliminations with an assault rifle.
To ride it down that naturally occurring ramp.
Head Minor Gulch. I know where he is. We need to get close enough to send him a message.
Alright.
Can we try this again?
What are you trying to prove, Ted?
That I care. And you may not be the best thing I've ever made, but you are pretty great.
I'm the worst thing you ever made.
No. That is Cyberclops. Don't tell him, though.
Don't tell him. He has no idea.
At least he fits in. Look at me.
Battlebreaker's cabinet.
The tea party
Interesting.
with a burger doll. Can you hear me?
Yes!
Okay, you are out of drone range. You need to run as fast as you can.
Which direction?
Away from the monster?
That's what I'm doing now!
Good to see
That's
you.
funny.
Really?
Yes, we're all very proud of you. Look, Lars is coming for you now. Whatever you do, don't stop running.
Oh, that's super funny. The whole entire... Which direction... You know, that's something that we always talk about, you know, when these husks start attacking these survivors, is they simply just run straight for the survivors. And they even made it like an Easter egg in the middle of that quest. That's great. Yes. Be very disappointed in how we can't use our SMG on these guys. But at least we do have survivalists in our build now, thanks to the fact that we unlocked some stuff. Alright. And we need to go this way for the next... We got one more tea party. We got 10 minutes for the towers. We do have some people that are in this mission with us. Hopefully they're not here just to farm. I know we can build most of these towers in 10 minutes. So that gives us the time we need. And this right here, as scary as this tower looks, guys, this is actually a very easy to build template tower. You just gotta make sure you got your templates done. So first is staircase template. And it's just staircase, wall, bam, like that. And the next thing is going to be, unfortunately, a whole lot of wall toggling. And they want to get it up in us and start requiring us to shoot them. We will oblige. And sometimes you gotta forgo the quests for just killing everything with the way that you have it. Alright. Alright, so as far as templates go, this is the next template we're going to use, which is these short walls. Rotate, rotate. Go up. Rotate, rotate. And then go up. And we're done with that after we do this one, which is simply rotate, rotate. And it's going to possibly be the worst thing to happen to us is the bees coming up here. Oh my gosh. Alright, we gotta kill this guy before he kills our wall. That one's going to get our wall. There's nothing we can do about that. Unless we can get all the way up there before he destroys it. Okay. So now that we got the little short one, the next thing that we want to do for template walling is we need to get these done still. So that. We do this. Go over here and we get that. And it looks like we have a ninja that's actually helping instead of just demanding that we try to trade. So, excellent.
One tower done.
Where do we miss? Awesome.
That's two.
So all we need now is the last tower and a tea party. And I see where the tea party is. It's all the way across the zone, and there's an encampment nearby it, so maybe, just maybe, the tower this direction isn't that horrible. I just realized we're so super short on wood that we're going to have to gather some wood for this, possibly. So just going to do a minor farm. And thankfully we had somebody actually build one. Oh, they're building the survivor tower. So we're going to... Oh yeah, that's a rocket ship tower. We really don't want to have anything to do with that. Wherever they're building the survivor tower, thankfully they are. I don't know who they are. Judging by how Cyrox has been nothing but unhelpful, I'm gonna guess it's Ben Ferroni. So, super shout out to that guy. Such a weird spot to have a tea party table. But it's there. Wow.
Can we have one more tea party? I want to tell you about Jilly Teacup, version 1.0.
I'm listening.
Jilly 1.0 was a warm-hearted, strong-willed, and fiercely loyal friend. And she gave her tea party companions the courage to face anything.
She sounds nice.
She is nice. She's you.
But I'm Jilly 4.0.
I know. I got worried that the tough-talking tea party I designed wasn't enough. So I threw everything I could think of at you.
Yeah, it made me a freak.
Yeah, I did.
Well, change me back.
I don't think you want that.
Right on, I don't.
You were a freak before the storm hit. But I think this world could use Jilly 4.0.
I know home base could.
So this is going to be really good for us getting these kill counts, hopefully. Since we got all the radar towers done, basically. Yep, sweet. We have 4 minutes basically to go around and try to get the extra 60 kills we need with an assault weapon. And she's not going to survive this, it looks like. Oh, just barely. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So people drop some gray weapons. Again, not everybody realizes that you can just go and recycle these and get some needed materials out of them. So we're going to absolutely be grabbing those, recycling those. Putting that Terminator back into our gear there. That we don't want to keep around because they'll break on us. We'll just recycle them. Traps were good. Alright. So we have a survivor gift that we're going to grab, and then we have an encampment we can still go fight. And you know, if these people have seesaws, we always try to destroy seesaws when we come across them. Always try to destroy garden gnomes when we come across them, because those are not just quest items, but those also can have power cells. And we are really, really hoping. Alright, there's a zapper there. so we're going to deploy one of the game mechanics here. We're going to kind of utilize it to our advantage. So there's one of these guys left. If we kill them, we'll complete the encampment. If we leave the encampment, though, the whole encampment resets. And we're able to re-trigger this encampment over and over again. Now, there's a reason for that. From a game development perspective, the reason that they do this is because the machine that runs the server, that handles the artificial intelligence, isn't my computer. It's a server somewhere on Epic Server Farm that handles that. And we're just going to shoot the baseballer here. And then we're going to leave the encampment again. Every time we do the encampments, looks like we're getting not a whole lot, but enough. And as helpful as this person is going to be, they're going to make it to where we can no longer reset the encampment. So that's unfortunately all we can do with that. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to have to go and hunt things down. We had a real good encampment spot. It was really good resettable. But, you know, when you're in public, there are some things you can do that are really easy in private that you can't do in public. And that's one of them. Jail building, of course, is another one. If someone doesn't understand jail building, or they have ADD, or they absolutely just don't care, that's another thing that can absolutely just not be done. Alright, there is a cluster that just spawned here. We can drop down here, drop in, shoot them all. We got some pretty good stuff done for this quest. We got a side mission done. We got a couple of main missions completed. Clipping right along. Really like the fact that we're doing really well on this. I think the Willow quests are just about done too, which I'm really all for. And the next quest is going to be Crackshot's Neighborhood, and that one's the one that they'll take the most time. We'll just go ahead and dance. Complete 2 other plays with missions. Smasher data. Pickaxe upgrade. Hero quests. Ha.
You're not gonna make this easy, are you?
Dude, I'm in a floating van. You're gonna have to drag me out kicking and screaming.
So the next quest is the home base amplifier.
I know you love to explore, so I've upgraded the storm shield. Now, some may say improvisational engineering is profoundly dangerous, but I say
Shield integrity compromised.
that's nothing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty epic.
Airport system shut down. Life support system powering down.
That's not good.
Right. So, sure. Okay. Maybe you can help me out here? Like as soon as possible?
So some pretty funny dialogue, of course. With all these quests, we get some funny dialogue. But we're looking at one more as a soldier. We're looking at 2 more missions to complete our 5+ alerts, and 7 more to complete our 9+ alerts. Now these reset on like Wednesdays, so we have plenty of time this weekend to actually get the rest of these done. These 2 and a 5+ though, super more important than what we're going to do here. The Willow quest, we're going to claim the reward so we can progress on there.
Ooh, it may not have worked on Dennis, but that dinner is gonna curdle some people's nog for sure.
So we need to find some books there.
Ray, Commander, there you are.
Whoa, that is a lot of whiteboards. What's going on?
I know you said you wanted a terrible Christmas, and I really tried. But then the ideas, they just started flowing.
Very bad, terrible ideas, you mean?
I wish. These are the best ideas I've ever had.
Not the time, Ted.
Come on, we're going to reboot the Morpho Gear game.
So we're on Misfit Toys. This is the last one, so
You're only a failure if
we don't need that to really do what we want to do.
1 year is gonna get you back on track.
But Red Willow's Eve, we need to do these 2 quests. So these books to inspire, I believe we'll be able to get where we want to get them. Upgrade spec, level up, confirm level up, view Evo.
Thank you, Spaceman.
Command.
Is that what you would like? Very much. And that is what you are. From this day forward, I will smite my space enemies in your honor.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Well, you better get ready.
So we're going to go to Crackshot's neighborhood. Now, remember, we only need 5 pluses to complete our main quest objective. And we have 2. We have the Holly Jolly Ransom, we have Protect the Presence. Protect the Presence is repeatable over and over again. Holly Jolly Ransom, though, is a single questline type system. And we're going to go in there to do these. And this particular mission, basically, again, hilarity ensues, madcapness happens, and we wind up going through a number of things. It's going to be probably easier for you guys to just simply see what's happening as it happens to get an idea of what I mean by that. But yeah, it is. It's one of the more interesting quest lines. It absolutely introduces one of my favorite heroes in the whole entire game as far as a story character is concerned, and that is Crackshot. Crackshot's a nutcracker. He is a slightly crazy nutcracker. He is more than just slightly crazy as a nutcracker. But he does do, he has his heart in the right place, because what he wants is, more than anything, is for Christmas to be amazing. And so we spent all this time ruining Christmas, and we're going to ruin a little bit more Christmas. That's the last quest we got going on here with these. But he's kind of the opposite of that. However, he is extremely happy about Christmas. So occasionally he gets overzealous and he wants way more Christmas. Alright, so we have this time to collect notes thing, which is random notes, because we've been told that we have to find the notes.
I know we're all worried, but I'm sure Crackshot is fine. Let's just find the ransom note. Or, more realistically, the torn shreds of a ransom note. We all know how things work here.
So, there we go.
I think I found part of the note. Oh no, we have a problem.
What did you find? What's it say?
It says cuss and sometimes like suh.
Dennis, did you just find the letter C?
Yeah, but I don't know if it was cut out of a magazine for the ransom note or it's just a piece of a different magazine.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
So, in true Save the World fashion, our heroes are... They're a couple steps above bumbling imbeciles. Even the ones that are evil. So, just throwing that out there. And we are looting all the stuff we can loot, because we do need materials. That doesn't never changes here. Now, one thing that we do have though is we are using Jilly Teacup, and so our teddy bear gets to be special now. Instead of it being the normal everyday Ted, it gets to be the Southern Ted. Well, actually, not yet, because we haven't leveled her up. That's unfortunate. A note is here. Scan the area. Find the note. Not sure where the note is. We do get this little ping radar thing that kind of helps, right? There we go.
Is anyone else just finding a lot of L's? No. Lucky. I'm up to 15. Is that a lot for a
Huh.
note? Maybe it's like a ransom acrostic. Spelling out everyone's favorite word, 15 L's. Right. So you're thinking it's more of a ransom limerick? No, I am not.
A ransom limerick. Probably not that. Probably going to agree with Penny on that. Oh, we're not our... We switched over to Jilly. And we're not our soldier now, so we have to go back to our soldier after this one. I was just so excited that I was going to get the Southern Teddy Bears that I had to show you guys. And unfortunately, we got bamboozled. And we don't get the Southern Teddy Bears until we are able to 2-star her. So there's some disappointment there. Oh, we have a note somewhere nearby. It says it's up, so we're going to go up. Now, I think this character is still so low on the level that...
Zmei's, small pile of M's or W's.
Wow.
I'm getting a lot of M energy. Those are no doubt M's.
Fine, a small pile of M's. I don't know, little robot. I think we just have to wait for the kidnappers to call back.
So L's, M's, W's, a C. Not sure exactly what we're going to wind up with the note. I have done this quest on my main character, but I couldn't tell you guys for certain what the whole line was.
Could you maybe just send us another ransom note? This one got shredded by the storm. Maybe you could just tell us your demands. Okay, so we'll just wait for a new note? Should we let you go, or...
So, yeah. A ransom note that the ransomer is going to rebuild. That's quite something. So is the note above us? We still have plenty of time to find all these notes. Now, one of the things about the note and about this zone in general is it's the Christmas zone, clearly, by all of the decoration, the accoutrements, and all that you can see here. But one of the things about this zone that a lot of players really are completely thrilled about is, if you'll notice, there is a scattering everywhere you look of these Christmas presents. And these Christmas presents are filled with coal. Now, this is a Fresh Founders account. They're very small.
You're finding L's too?
Dennis, it's not a competition.
I'm sure
Must.
you feel like one when you're rolling around with stacks of L's. You've lost touch with the common man, Ray. It's like you forgot where you came from.
Take some L's, Dennis.
Aww. Thanks, Ray.
Sorry, I just got distracted by all the goofiness that is the quest dialogue, guys. So this account that we have is brand new, right? It's a fresh founders account, and so certain things we're not going to have a lot of, and coal is one of those. Now, coal is used for a number of things, but not really at a fresh account level. You use it for some explosive ammo, and we have a explosive schematic, but it's not really a weapon that I would use as a go-to. It's used for some high-level crafting, but we're low. We don't have any high-level crafts. But if you are a player who's been playing for a considerable amount of time, it's very much worth noting that going into this zone, this Crackshot's neighborhood zone, and just farming up as much coal as you can is not a bad idea. It will get you a lot of coal that will later on in the game come back to really help ease the transition into some of the higher level content.
Have we made any progress?
It's just more A's and L's. There's no way this spells anything. I don't think this is gonna work, little robot.
Let's stick with it. We can't give up on Crackshot.
I mean, we could. No one would ever know.
Oh, goodness.
And then he'd be gone. Yeah, I'll keep looking.
So again, Crackshot's a little rough around the edges, so not everybody's super stoked to see him all the time. We are looking for this last note though. Alright. It's on top of the pipeline. Alright, that's right. That one I do slightly remember.
So, are we all still open to the situation, or just waiting on demands?
Yes.
I want to do the notebook. Okay, here goes. If you ever want to see Crackshot alive again, you will follow these holly jolly steps.
It is Crackshot, isn't it? Why did you fake your own kidnapping?
Because this Christmas has to be the best Christmas ever, Ray. My list of demands will make everyone's day merry and bright, whether they want it or not.
Well, you can't have a list of demands without hostages.
You're right. Thanks for the advice, Ray.
Wait, hold on. Crackshot? I'm really not happy with where this discussion ended.
So
I've given some thought about what you said, Ray.
It was really bad advice. Forget it.
So changing plans. But first, some tidings of holiday fear.
holiday song goes on for a bit.
What are you doing?
Waking up the husks. Prepare for your last Noel.
Little robot, the encampments are waking up.
Find the merry encampments.
So we have, this is just a very super timed quest now, where Crackshot has woken up these encampments. Now again, if we were able to spend enough time to do some farming and some looting and stuff, it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be too bad. And we're still soloing this content, so it's, it's not something that you have to have a group of people for. And it's a fresh founder account. And I just want to point out, guys, that the fresh founder account doesn't have anything above and beyond except for the daily founder reward. Now, if you're on a non-founders account, of course, you get X-ray tickets, which is a bit of a thing, right? But it's the exact same kind of content for those X-ray tickets to get for llamas than a founders account gets for V-Bucks. So the founder daily rewards that I get, they'll give me a little bit of a boost. But outside of that, and a minor experience bonus if I'm grouped with people, soloing is pretty much the exact same across both accounts. Alright. And we can use our SMG here, which does a lot more damage than our assault weapon. Alright, so we got the first encampment done, and this, if you guys have, are familiar with this, this is absolutely what the encampment missions typically are. You go to these little encampment boxes, you find the things that are spawned in there, and you just wipe them out. So that's what we're doing right here, is just wiping out the encampments as we come across to them. Got a few more things to have gotten out here.
Kind of dealing with crisis here, buddy.
I'm in an undisclosed location.
What do you mean?
He's with me now. I'm a sausage.
Oh my gosh.
That makes more sense.
Hang in there, buddy. We'll find you.
So the whole entire I'm a sausage, again, just the kind of stuff that we've come to expect from this kind of game. And we're wasting some ammo. Let's just start stabbing people, because we don't need to use ammo for these quests. Alright. But yeah, it's just an encampment mission. We're looking for the beams. We're just tracking down the beams, and then we're stabbing everything by the beam. The only thing that's a little bit iffy is you get basically 14 minutes to go through and destroy 5 encampments, which, if we didn't have a weapon that we built, that we had when we picked up off the ground, that could be a problem. Let's see here. Get this guy eliminated.
Why am I
Alright.
waking up in an undisclosed location? We're hostages.
Okay, Crackshot, this has gone way too far.
Don't worry. Your friends will be fine. As long as you follow my demands and deck the harking halls.
Deck the harking halls. Okay, that's quite amusing. Oh, now we have a smasher. That makes things a little difficult. But it's a level 5 smasher, so I feel like we can take it. Probably. Defeat the Krampus becomes the next thing in the quest, so we gotta do that. And it's an actual Krampus, and not just a smasher. So they have some special things they do. You may notice they've berserked. That happens. And we're gonna throw this down here. See if we can't take it out. There we go.
Pretty heroic.
That's the end of the quest. And there we go. Alright, Troll Club, we got the mission finished. Soloed. Again, very, very, very done. So, very well done for a solo attempt. And it didn't require much. I mean, we were expecting other things out of our character even. We didn't have that. So, all in all, very feasible to do.
Dennis, you guys okay?
Yeah, he's not like super great at being a kidnapper. He gave us keys. I'm a latchkey hostage.
Why aren't you escaping?
He's got an alarming holiday-themed weapons stockpile and an alarminger series of what I
So we're going to go back to the map. We're going to go back to Crackshot's neighborhood.
We will follow your list of demands.
I always knew you were smart as a bow on a brightly.
And now things get a little weird.
For my first demand, husks are making a mockery of the holiday season, and that really decks my halls.
Mine too, probably.
You bet your very gentleman it decks your halls. Now get out there and bring a torch, Jeanette Isabella.
What?
There are fewer Christmas songs in the public domain than one would imagine. Excuse me for keeping it fresh while respecting copyright law. Now get out there and how a row they're blooming.
I'm guessing that means take out holiday-themed husks.
Low, Ray.
Alright, so a couple things we want to do before we get into this. We know this quest, and if you're watching this channel to get an idea of what these quests are, this is going to give you some information. We're going to level up these walls because we would really like to be able to do anything other than simply make them slightly better at what they do, but that's all we can do on this one. We're going to go back to our backpack. We are going to recycle all of these in a battery cycle. And we are going to craft one of these, and we're going to up it too. So we need to go into our schematics, traps, anti-air. We don't have a better anti-air, so this is what we're going to work with. And that helps us basically because it was going to do more damage. It's going to help us as far as defending things. Shadow, hey buddy. Hope you're actually having a good Friday today, man. I'm having a great one. So we're going to craft, we're only going to craft 4 of these, and we're going to craft 1 of these. We're going to pre-craft because it makes life so much easier. Oh, well, hello, Daisy. I wouldn't quite say I'm a new streamer, but probably new to you. Thanks for joining the channel, though. And we are going to jump into this Protect the Presence. Now, Protect the Presence is really weird for a mission. Typically speaking, if you have a defend the X objective, you have a defend all of the X objectives. If you don't defend them all, you fail. You can call you Apple. Okay. I have a horrible memory, so if I don't remember to call you Apple Daisy, I apologize. Or Apple. But I'll do my best. That's all I can offer is to do my best. But yeah, so Turtle Club, when we jump into this particular mission, it's going to be much like other ones. We're going to switch over off of our Outlander because we are really going to need to have some of the damage output that the soldier has. And because this is a Defend the X mission, it is, can I play Battle Royale? I am physically able to play Battle Royale. I hate the game. So yes, I can play the game. Will I play it? No. No, there is very little things that can make me go in there and play that game because it's just not a fun game. It really isn't. There are so many better PvP games out there, separate from Battle Royale, that are just really well built. Overwatch, yeah. Okay, cool. Have a good one. But yeah, so this particular mission is a Defend the X mission, and it's really done differently.
Are you ready, Dad? Kind of worried whatever I make is going to be garbage. Might be. More than half the songs I write are pure trash. But if you want to make stuff, you need to make stuff. Even if it's trash. Alright, let's do this. Hey, Commander, is Endless Presents a scam? Because I just signed us up for Endless Presents. It seems too good to be true. But when I see a flyer promising an endless barrage of presents from the sky, you know I'm calling that number. So, get ready for sky presents.
So that's what this particular
So,
quest is.
what are you thinking? What do you want to make?
I got nothing.
Not nothing. You've got thread. That's a start.
Time until next drop. Now, this is going to be very difficult because the way these drops work is they drop down in an undisclosed location. You got to kind of try to find them fast. You get just a little bit of time to prep, and I do mean that.
Present incoming. Check
We got a minute to get to this thing and build the defense. So while we're running, we're going to tier up to our metal. We already got our metal queued up. We got 2,000 metal. We're going to only do some brick real quick to get us over here, because it might be here. Oh, all right, it is here. So this is very much like a defend the data mission, in the fact that all of these things, when the president comes down, it's going to destroy anything that's built on top. We're going to put wall launchers, because wall launchers are going to get them off of the gift as fast as we can. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to want to put a roof on this, and we want to upgrade this as soon as we can. We got 4 seconds before this thing is going to fire off. Alright, and we can see that they're coming this way. And thankfully, it looks like they only have one route to come. So we're going to be able to defend this one fairly easily. Awesome. So far so good. We're not getting really pushed back. And you'll notice, Turtle Club, that it doesn't really require a whole lot. To defend this one. And it doesn't take long. The timer is a very lax timer. And now we're done with the mission. This is the most crazy part about this particular zone, is we are now done with the mission. So what does that really mean? Well, we're going to have other presents drop in. That's not going to simply go away, but we're going to not be required to actually successfully defend them. So now that we've done one successful mission defense, we're going to still get some Dennis chatter, because Dennis is just that way. We're still going to get a lot of interesting stuff as far as being told, oh, Commander, we lost presence. We're going to get some negative feedback sounds, which is going to be really odd that we're still completing the mission. All in all, for this particular zone, what you have as far as the rewards go is pretty decent stuff. I mean, we're looting some really good things out of here. I won't lie about that. This is actually a great zone to get stuff. But whether or not we want to defend everything for the quests, defending it's not that important. Oh, we got Crackshot's key. That is like one of the hardest things to find in this game, because it's a random spawn. Anywhere on the map that's underground can be the Crackshot key. So we did really good there. We got super lucky there, actually. I don't think we could say exactly that we did good, but we got super lucky. So look at all the materials. I mean, we got gnomes. We got some funny gingerbread men too. Those are great. There is lots of things to loot. I mean, if you are a new character, you are just starting out, stuff like this, it's holiday themed, is really good. Down here, always down here, is one of these actual big, huge survivor shelters. So if you have certain quests, like destroy gnomes, destroy server racks, there's a gift. We have a, if I remember right, we have a quest. How's that quest labeled? Holly Jelly Ransom, protect your presents, collect presents. We have to protect that many presents for that particular quest. We're not going to wind up protecting these. It's because we don't have to. And I really wish I could say that there's something more motivating than that, but we just don't have to, and so we're not going to. What we are doing, though, is we are still finding and searching for the stuff that we need. Now, we had that side quest to shoot somebody with a soldier. Side quests, challenges, where are they at? Hero quests. There, we got that one finished.
The present drop is taking heavy damage.
I just want to show you guys this. I want to confirm to you there that these...
Gifts destroyed.
Alright. So, you see that we failed that one, and we're still able to go. It's not saying that we failed the mission. It's not saying that we're getting kicked out. It is absolutely, as it seems to indicate, we have still completed the mission. And that's why this quest line, as irritating as it is, with how they all have to be done in this zone, and it's always a guaranteed defend the thing mission, you just have to defend the one thing mission. That's all you got to do. Now, the initial Crackshot's ransom note, it's really well done, in my opinion, how they force you to kind of explore the whole zone. Because you wind up discovering things in the zone itself. If you spend a lot more time going around, you'll notice that there's some certain places in the zone, like a post office and a place where they got the Christmas lights set up.
Don't let the husks destroy those packages.
But we're going to be going through those areas while we're doing this mission, so I figured I didn't need to spend as much time exploring and showing you guys all that because we're going to see it here. Here's a gnome there. Now, what I do find slightly upsetting, though, of course, is we're not getting any of the presents, all the designs, all the things that we need for Ted. I feel like those should be spawning in here, and they're not. All I need to do is bust this wall out a little bit more so I can get out. There we go. I was really hoping that those quests would double dip in here. And they don't. And I'm not sure if that's because this is too early of a zone. And I don't mean like level, I mean as far as game development goes, because this is one of the first holiday kind of events in 2018 that they did for Christmas. And you know, presents collected, they tell you, right, and these are presents, and I'm collecting them, I'm searching them, I'm getting coal out of it. It's slightly mislabeled in my opinion for that quest, so there's some issues. But again, going back to what we talked about earlier, there's so much coal available that there's a lot of reasons to come here and just basically play through this zone over and over again. Now, those of you that are keeping track at home or on the bus or the subway or wherever you're watching this video at, you should be noting that we have a quest to do 20 gifts, and we've gotten 1 for this defense. There are a total of 6 per map. So if you're wanting to complete that particular quest for those quest rewards, oh, here we go.
So you're the resident creative expert?
Nope. But I did just go through a little creative crisis myself. So maybe Ray thought I learned something.
So we're going to get some stuff here.
Yeah.
But none of it will do you anyway.
Alright.
You gotta find your own way.
I was really hoping you had some great creative wisdom, or I don't know.
That'd be great. But I don't. I think Ray sent me here to tell you you'll find your way.
Do you think I will?
Of course.
So this quest is actually pretty cool with the dialogue.
When you're working on a new song or something.
I sit down and I start.
There has to be more to it than that.
I guess I think about how I'm feeling.
No one would want to play with a toy based on how I'm feeling now. I don't exactly see insecure depression man flying off the shelves.
Alright then. How about focusing on how you want to feel?
So we have just...
What was your favorite toy when you were a kid?
I guess the first toy I ever made. Sockers. It was a sock monkey. I bet he's still in my childhood bedroom. Assuming the husks haven't stormed.
Here we go. All we gotta do is get down here
Get back to basics.
and get the last item.
I can't figure out what went wrong for me.
I don't think it matters.
Seems important.
Nah, you're too in your own head.
Well, that's where my ideas come from.
Does designing toys make you happy?
It used to.
What changed?
My early stuff just caught fire. It was everywhere.
Here we go.
It will ever happen again for me.
Yeah. It won't because the world ended.
Oh yeah.
If that's your problem, that's not a problem.
Ooh, that's good dye.
I'll trust you on that.
That looks useful. Careful, the present drop is under attack.
I just want to point out,
Yes, mannequin head.
I'm glad that makes you happy.
Saves me some steps.
we got 2 present drops.
Let's got to the present drop. It's too
We got
late.
2 out of 4. We got a bonus collectible presents that come up, but we didn't do work except for on the first one. So now we have an extraction coming up,
You're good. Another package protected.
all queued up, all done the way we need to, and we don't have an next package coming in. So yeah, we protected another gift. Cool. We got a little bonus. We weren't meaning to, but we did. I just wanted to show that mission off to basically give you an idea of how coming in here and doing that works out. And the fact is, it works out rather good. We need to boost ourselves. One of the things that you do get occasionally for daily rewards is experience boosts. For not playing for a while, you get daily experience bonus. But for boosting somebody, you get blue experience bonus. And we don't have any blue anymore. There's our soldier specialist. There is our Carper Terminator that we get for doing the shoot so many things quest.
Everyone, say hello to my newest creation.
She's magnificent.
She's not a monkey brain surgeon or something, right?
She's
Just a monkey.
and also
And a sock.
And what a monkey
And a ninja.
she is.
She's real nice, Ted.
You think so?
Well, she's a freak.
And an abomination.
But she's welcome at my tea party any day.
And if she ever needs a defense attorney, I'm her tank.
And should she ever have space-related needs, my space vehicle is always available. Good job, Ted.
So as a new player, I can see the appeal for getting socks, right? Kunai Storm, doing bananas, doing some damage. I can see the appeal for Cloak Shadow. These are really good characters to have once you have some of the more important help characters. Cassandra, she is used for the final fight, to fight on what's called the Mythic Storm King. So this season, we're going to buy her because she's going to be important to us, and she's going to be one thing that we don't need to wind up fighting over vouchers later for. And we don't have but just her, right, for a ninja build out. We don't have another loadout to put a ninja in, but she was one that we wanted to get with just what we had available. Let's go back to our boosts over here. We can say use the XP boost. Bam. See the little blue sliver there? It tells us that we have some boosted experience coming up. And until that actually runs out, we will still have boosted experience. It's the way this works. We have to earn this blue experience, but for every 1 point that we would earn, we would get 30%. So for every, it's really for like every 10 experience we get, we actually get 13. And, you know, we have teammate boosts, 5% to everybody there, if we're boosted. If we're a founder, we automatically grant 5% bonus no matter how much. So being a founder, that's another one of those residual minor things that you do, not for yourself, but for other people. So we're also going to see if we can't knock this up real quick, because we do have like 2 more missions maybe that we can do. We're going to go survivors, we're going to go squads, we're going to see, hey, here we go. We have 1 person we can add there. We'll just add that person there. And we're 15. So, awesome. We've been earning survivors, just not really focusing on the groups. So, for all of the TED stuff, that didn't work for us, right? We're like, what do we do? Hey, Keo, good morning to you, man. Well, we're working on these complete mission alerts. We're almost done with those. We have the challenge quest. The Red Willow's Eve. We really want to complete that. So this is one thing that someone showed me. Digret actually showed me a while back. Easy way to just fire these up is once you have the quest completed, just click on play. And it's going to bring you to the next place that it says that you should be at. Frankly, we should not be in this giant retrieve the data mission, so we're going to abandon it. But that tells me that we can go into basically any mission other than Crackshot's neighborhood to go playing. So, and when you go back to the quest, right, and you go and look at the quest log, and we go over to our Red Willow's Eve quest, because it's the one that we're working on, because we've completed this one now. Say go, all it tells you to do is just find inspiration. Most of the inspiration can be found in suburban zones or city zones. So we're going to go in this suburb eliminate and collect. We're going to make sure that we're still on public. We're going to go to our quests, because you want to double dip. You want to do everything you can to try to make sure that you complete quests as best as you can. Complete a mission as a constructor in a 3+ zone, or do some ninja stuff. Well, we just got a ninja. We're not going to be able to do all 3 missions in a 5+ though, but we can do the constructor. So map, command, heroes. We just need it to be a constructor. He's very soldier centric. She's not as much. So we're going to go constructor. We're going to go and we're going to be looking for a constructor that has some sort of ability to kind of help us out. Let's see, what does recycle say it requires? 3 more stars. Nope. Recycling just requires 2 constructors. So we're going to change this out to constructor. What constructors do we have? Crit rating and actually win in attacks. So we're not even going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to probably stay over here and say present arms. And it's going to be one of the goofiest builds we've ever done with the constructor, but all we need to do is go in and play in a 5+ mission. Just one. It's actually 3+ for him, but we want to get that credit for 5+. So we're going to do basically a triple dip here. We're going to be getting our weekly. We're going to be... actually, I think we got to do 2 more for the weekly, guys. So we're going to be working toward the weekly. We're going to be looking for a holiday event. And we're going to be... doing our constructor, our 1 mission as a constructor. And actually, we can probably go eliminate and collect instead. Yeah, we're gonna abandon this mission because it's all about time, right? So eliminate and collect, jump in, and go through. Hope your day is going good, Keo. It's pretty good for me so far. Ah, look at that. Look at all those people that are in there. Bam. And there's a good chance with this many people in here that they may already be in the quest. They may be already doing some of the eliminations. There's a lot of things that they could be doing that we're not doing.
We've got an opportunity to strike an approaching horde. Get ready for a fight.
All right.
We've got 10 minutes to take out as many husks as possible.
So we get to use our SMG.
Bag enough husks, we win. If you don't, don't forget to collect those husk and mist monster samples.
And we are already seeing quest options. Awesome. Here's a book.
Tank, how do you feel about pulling from classic literature for your new backstory?
What kind of classic literature?
You know, dukes and lords, fancy balls, drama about your estate and lands.
I don't know, Ted. I don't look so good in high collars, what with my traps being so absolutely cutting off.
Yes. We'll sort that out. Don't worry.
So I like the way this quest goes.
Strike fear into the
It's rather
husks of the
amusing.
horde. Don't forget, the storm is closing in, so watch the map.
Oh man, isn't that a great feeling, Kyo? Like after a long day at work, just being able to
This gives me
branch
a
out,
great idea.
sack out.
Let's reboot. You need a car. No, a phone. No, a Zeppelin.
Is that to help me be a better commando or lawyer?
You're right. It should transform between all those things. Brilliant punch-up.
Oh,
Okay, here's an idea. We'll pull from this supernatural romance that's all the rage. Maybe a love triangle. Tank, how do you feel about werewolves?
Allergic.
Perfect. Just add to the angst.
so clearly Ted hasn't learned anything.
Have you been paying attention to this whole prestige television trend? Audiences can handle way more sophisticated stories than they used to. Subtle stories.
What are you saying?
Well, maybe my backstory doesn't need to involve law school and my rivalry with the jewel thief and training at a moon karate dojo.
Because you think that's not subtle.
Right.
Couldn't agree more. We'll simply make you an expert in space law to make the moon karate make sense. Huh? You catching my drift here?
All right, so
You know, one of the things critics always said was that the Morpho Gear gang didn't have good enough villains. Which, I mean, okay, but where do you go but down from the murderous mob sled?
You had a bad guy named the Mobsled?
That's right. Half mobster, half bobsled. Master of organized outline crime. He sold terribly, but that's just because I was hitting a little too close to home for some people. You know?
Lord goodness.
Here's the source. I need more synonyms for Morpho Gear.
So if I'm understanding correctly, this is you not doing our terrible Christmas plan?
I'm in the zone, Ray. I'm sorry, but I just felt so inspired, driven to do the reboot. We'll just have to find someone else to design new terrible toys for Christmas. Sorry.
Oh no, however will I manage?
All right, so we got some other people doing some of the kills, so we're really picking up on that, which is great. You're working 410, sometimes 412s. Yeah, that can get you. That can get you fast. You know, I do. It can get you a bit. You know, it definitely is much more comfortable to be working them 4s than 5s. It's like I'm absolutely on board with that as well. The
You know, I've been rewatching the old Morpho Gear gang cartoon. First time since it was
so we got all that done. We got all that done. In a second, I'm gonna get up here. We're safe here for just a second. Let's go to quests. Let's go to Red Willow's Eve. We're done. We're done with Red Willow. Alright, awesome. And we have all of the kills we need for the main part of the quest. We need the pictures. Alright. And
5 minutes left. Storm's closing in.
Alright. Get a few more of these there. It's funny that they're fighting over my drop. My drop gives some basic materials. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Here's an encampment we can fight. Awesome. Just shove him off the edge. Alright. Okay. Here's some more pictures. Awesome.
Bonus challenge success. Good job.
So we got all the pictures we need. We're starting to get some of the blue glow we need. I'm gonna start kind of working for the blue glow. Since we got the quest finished, as best as we can do right now, there's nothing else we really need to entirely focus on. So we're gonna just go for these blue glow pieces. And we're just gonna walk. We can bull rush and get some distance on us. Ooh. Ah. Such a bad placement for a troll. Alright. See if we can get that. Get that. Awesome. More blue glow. Let's see, is there any more on the map? Alright, there's some more down here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's nothing better than the extended weekend. That's why I like working the 410s I have. Absolutely. Because it always feels like an extended weekend. But more importantly, I did 12s at one point, and it was rotating 12s. So I worked 36 hours one week, and I worked 48 hours the next week. And so it come up to 54 hours, or come up to 84 hours when I was on salary. Oh, I thought we were done. Okay, I gotta get to this last piece of blue glow. Where is it? Right here. But, you know, it must be like, oh my gosh, it seems like a lot. 12 hours. I mean, how could you do that? And, you know, my answer was, it was not that bad to do. Because you would wind up, after getting those hours in, let's see here. We only need a few more to get the next tier. but I would get 4 days off on a week, right? The week that I work 36 hours, that means that for the other 4 days, I wasn't doing anything. And people that want to do things other than work, you know, they just don't get that. Here we go. This should absolutely give us the next tier. Alright, come on. Alright, right there at the buzzer. Awesome.
Too dangerous. I have to pull you out now.
You know, that's very, very much a thing there, Keo. I do know... So one of the things that my sister-in-law got to do, that's Loki and Thor's mom, right? She worked in a hospital environment. She's a phlebotomist. And one of the things that she got as far as shifts go, and this is going to make you go, wait a second, maybe not. But she did back-to-back 16s. Okay? Now, that was the first 12 hours, normal pay. The next 4 hours, double time. So she would work 16 hours and she would get paid for 20 hours. She would work Saturday and Sunday. She would work 2 days and she'd be off for 5. Now, pretty long day. I mean, working in a hospital as a phlebotomist.
Well, the reboot is complete.
That's really great, Ted, but we needed you to do a terrible job. I'm happy you found a new groove, but I am selfishly sadder that we're all going to die.
I wouldn't be too sure. We just got the first reboot prototype back. Here, take a look.
Oh my god, it's so... There it is.
It's terrible. You can say it.
Oh, wrong. It's very... I mean, I'm looking at it and I just, like, see it. Wow.
Just say it's terrible.
It's not great.
According to my readings, it's terrible. So terrible it could make an awful, unforgivably bad gift.
Ted, you just ruined Christmas.
Can you make 100 more of these equally terrible?
Oh, Keo, thank you, man. Appreciate you coming back into the badgeable area.
Christmas, it's you, Ted.
That's right.
100 horrific failures coming right up, which technically counts as a success.
Oh, and there it goes.
No one's going to back me up here? Yeah, well, Merry Christmas to you too.
So that's not the end of the quests, right? We have this last one here.
Guess that's it.
And
Thanks for the help, Commander.
Hey, room for one more?
Oh, sure. I was just gonna watch while the Commander helped everyone light the candles. Figured that was a good last touch before dinner, presents, etc.
All terrible, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be absolutely awful.
Oh, I can't wait.
so this is definitely a really good quest, and I want to end today's stream with this. When I did this with Digrat, I wasn't expecting all of this really good, feel-good message to come at the end of it. Yeah, good to be back. Good to have the Hetsu there. Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome. There's some cool stuff coming up for the member chat. I'm working on some things, and speaking of which, I'm glad. I need to do one really fast thing here while I still got the stream going, because I got some code I've been working on for a program. Go ahead and save. All right. Fear ruins. Eliminate and collect. Hopefully this gives me all the information I need. Well, that's a lot of data to parse, but I'm going to be parsing it, that's for certain. Okay. But yeah, I didn't expect this quest to be as cathartic sounding as it is. This is, again, the whole point of this mission to begin with was to make a bad Christmas because the end of the world was happening. Because they had such a great Christmas the year before that this Christmas had to be just terrible.
Get ready for a fight. We've got 10 minutes to take out as many husks as possible. If you bag enough husks, we win. If you don't, we don't. Don't forget to collect those husk and mist monster samples. Strike hard, strike fast, strike fear into the heart of the horde. Don't forget, the storm is closing in, so watch the map.
Alright. So our next quest is to activate Bull Rush ability. So I'm fine with that. I wasn't expecting to do that, but I'm glad we did. I needed to look at that quest because I forgot we had done one. Alright. Okay, so where are we at? We got to get in here for all this. There we go. So you'll notice that there's like these little lamps, and
It's funny. Even with trying to intentionally make a bad Christmas, I can't help but feel a little...
Happy?
I was gonna say not completely depressed by the world's horrors, but... yeah, I guess.
Maybe you're just not trying hard enough then. Jeez, crack shot, warn a guy next time. Sorry, I just can't resist a good Yuletide surprise. So what's the matter? People not miserable enough? Too much holiday cheer?
No, it's complicated. I thought we wanted to have a horrible Christmas, which we definitely are.
Speaking of, I got your pantry gnome. Thanks for that.
But seeing everyone together, celebrating, it still gives me a bit of a warm feeling, you know?
Oh, I know all about warm feelings. Ew, something wet just hit my arm.
I don't even think I'm the only one dealing with this. Like, Dennis? He's on hour 5 of what should be a miserable, soul-sucking dinner with Jilly.
How soul-sucking we talking? Murder mystery party? Fruitarian baby shower?
Place cards and icebreaker questions.
Very nice. That must be killing him.
That's just it, though. I think he's kind of enjoying it.
you're back to playing this, but then you find something else to occupy you. Yeah, it's I get it, man. I get it. Been hooked on watching House lately. You know, House is actually a really interesting show. Digger and I watched it for several seasons and just fell out of it. I've been watching Smallville, which I've never seen. I've heard lots of good things about it. And it's been very pleasantly surprising that there's so many good actors in it that sort of got their start a little bit before or after Smallville. So it's been kind of amazing as far as that goes too. But yeah, House is a good show. It had some interesting pseudoscience in it. Let's see, quests, hero quests. Alright, so I gotta build a floor, activate, and complete a mission. Oh, well that's easy. Build a floor, activate base. Base ability activated. Complete a mission as a constructor in 3+ zone. Yeah, we're gonna do that because it's this. And let's go into our inventory. Let's get to our traps. Let's get to our healing traps. We're going to craft like 10 of these because that's what we do when we start exploring in the storm, because we got to have those. But yeah, Smallville's actually, like I said, rather well good.
So what's the problem then, little robot? Didn't you want you and everybody else to feel miserable?
No, maybe. No, I don't know. It just feels like we all deserved a terrible Christmas.
Oh, you wanted your just desserts. A little figgy pudding flagellation.
I don't know what bothers me worse, your freezing or
Anime to watch. Live Anime. Yeah.
Hoping to spend Christmas, most of this year either. And it can be real tempting to constantly look for new ways to make yourself miserable. But if you're having a real, actual moment of being, what did you call it? Not completely depressed by the world's horrors? Then cut yourself some slack and embrace it. Because some days those moments are harder to find than others.
Yes, like one-legged snow rabbits in a blizzard. Poor things get stuck in the drifts.
And whatever he said, I guess.
Maybe you guys are right. Maybe instead of focusing on best Christmases, worst Christmases, or any of that crap, we should just focus on the fact that everyone's out here trying our hardest and
Hello? Hello? If anyone can hear my voice, I am trapped in a small, dark space.
Broom closet, Dennis. Dobbs by your left butt cheek.
What? I am free! Honest to goodness Christmas miracle!
well, we're out here trying, at least. And maybe that's worth celebrating. Or at least worth feeling not completely depressed by the world's horrors.
Ooh, I'm putting that on the greeting card. Or at least a non-koozie.
I think that's probably one of the funniest moments for Crackshot. But
Crap, I should tell Ted. Ted? Hey, Ted, if you want to really go for it with that reading thingy this Christmas,
No, I blew it, Ray. Really blew it. I got myself so wrapped around the borax, so I can't even remember what of this was good. I don't have a great toy line, a bad toy line, just a whole bunch of nothing.
oh, that's okay. We're not doing terrible Christmas anymore or good Christmas. Now we're just celebrating being around at all.
Well, I guess that's the kind of lukewarm sentiment I can emotionally get behind right now. Here's to a whatever Christmas.
Well, looks like the commander has finished lighting all the candles.
Yep. People are going to be opening awful presents and wanting to tear out their fingernails at dinner anytime now.
You're doing just fine, little robot. Even if everything else is a complete mess.
is this a villain for
Promises, but I'll do my best.
so
You always do. Have a Christmas.
so January the 24th, Kyo, at 7 p.m. is when the season rolls over for Save the World. They don't match Battle Royale. They're usually off by a couple of weeks, but they made Battle Royale season super extended this time, and I think that was intentional, so Save the World and Battle Royale would start alternating. Because ultimately, as long as they can have a season kind of starting up in one of these two games, they'll have players come in. And that's something that I think that they probably discovered, was that if you have two player bases and you have the seasonal stuff all happening around the same time, there's not really a whole much you can do about that. So unfortunately, this season only goes on for a couple more, for today and tomorrow and early Sunday. And let's go ahead and harvest this copper, because copper's always good. Yeah, the last couple of seasons, like Halloween season, they were very close. The Summer Bash season, they were very close. And when they did Save the World's winter season, they said it's going to be there for the extent of the winter season. And then for the New Year's event, because Chinese New Year's the next season, that starts at the end of this month. And that's going to be when it transfers over. Battle Royale, though, is going on until March. So it's really weird, though, because you're not incorrect. The seasons have always been matched up since they started doing seasons for Save the World, and they just finally broke from that tradition this time. But I would like to point out that if you are going to do anything at all, Kyo, like tomorrow, if you're just going to sit down and grind one, There's a brand new hero that they released. It's a second Willow, and that's content that they haven't recycled, and it's the one that I just completed. It's the one that we just did the last quest for here. Oh! I thought I did. Oh no! Oh no! There is an exclamation point all the way off that I forgot to do. Oh no! There's no way I can complete that. I thought I had it all. I thought I had it all. Okay. But yeah, for the most part, Save the World seasons are always like 2 months. And I think that's intentionally designed that way. Because the content for Save the World is it's a lot different pacing. If this thing glitched out and gave me the quest complete credit, I'd be okay with that. I don't think it did, though. Nope, so we do have one more light to get. And then we'll get the new Willow, so... when you wake up, you'll take a look at some things. Oh, totally got you, man. The quest isn't that bad. It's only 3 pages long. And you could probably knock it out in like 4, maybe 5 hours, to be honest. Because we did all of this with a couple of breaks in between. We did like all of this on the first stream last week. And then we did these 3 off camera. And these 3 we did on camera. We have just one more. Actually, yeah, we just got one more there. So yeah. Well, Turtle Club, we do need to go to bed. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to complete that. But yeah, 3 pages is super easy. Super easy. But I really do appreciate everybody being here today. Thank you for our Lurk Squad. You guys know who you are. I got ideas who you might be. Sally for coming in. Shadow for coming in. Supreme Lurker, speaking of Lurk Squad. New viewer today, Daily Pancake, wanted us to call them Apple. Found out we didn't play Battle Royale, so they left. You know, it's just the way it works, guys. And of course, Hoeing Kiyoma. Thank you, Kiyo, for resubbing for the channel. Really appreciate that, man. I'm going to have a good night, Turtle Club. You all have a good breakfast, good lunch, good dinner. In Kiyo's case, good night as well. Whatever you're about to do, Turtle Club, though, stay safe, wash your hands, and have a good one. Take care, guys, and thanks for watching.